Good evening. Welcome to your City Commission meeting. Please turn off or silence all cell phones during the meeting. And meetings are available for viewing on YouTube for those at home. We'll begin with the call to order with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by silent meditation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. There's nothing on this. It's very green. It's not even mine. It isn't mine. All right. We have a couple of awards proclamations here, so I'll go down to the podium. We have a Mayor's Award. Is this Linda Johnson here? Right here? Yeah. Please come up.
Oh, she did.
I'm Alexander?
Yeah. Is there a Johnson?
Okay, thank you. I am so sorry.
I'm surprised too.
Well, we will change this. I'm sorry. So, okay, well, he told me it's all his fault. Just blame him. This is the Mayor's Award for Miss Linda Alexander for being a dedicated volunteer since May 2019. Linda volunteers 5 to 6 days a week at animal control, focusing on caring for scared and feral cats. Her patience and love have transformed many cats from lonely barn dwellers to members of loving families. She consistently goes above and beyond, cleaning kennels and caring for cats when understaffed, always holding and loving the animals before leaving. Linda is attentive to the health and behavior of the cats, quickly noticing any medical issues to prevent further problems. She helps match cats with adopters by sharing her extensive knowledge of each animal. Additionally, Linda actively seeks rescue organizations to rehome cats from the shelter. Her years of service have created a safer, calmer, and more compassionate environment for the cats she cares for. Overall, Linda embodies the true spirit of volunteering, driven by love and dedication for animals. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much for your volunteerism. We know where to find you. Thank you. Okay, we have a proclamation. Terry Lois, is that you? Miss Terry Lois Todd. I said your name right. Okay. Whereas during the year 2026, the Leavenworth County Historical Society recognizes achievements and contributions made in Leavenworth for the women's suffrage movement that promoted social and political change. And whereas Susan B. Anthony, women's rights activist and sister of Colonel Daniel Anthony, has first visited Leavenworth in January 1865, advocating the rights of both freed slaves and women, and was a resident in Leavenworth when President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. Her brother owned the Leavenworth Times, and Leavenworth was the largest city in Kansas in 1867, when it became the first state in the Union to offer a popular referendum on women's suffrage. Susan B. Anthony campaigned here, along with national women's suffrage activists such as Elizabeth Cady Stanton. And whereas Susan B. Anthony successfully led the campaign for women's municipal suffrage in Kansas in 1887, the first state to do so. The bill was signed by Governor John Martin on February 15. She returned to Leavenworth in 1894 for the second state campaign, along with other suffrage and state leaders, Reverend Anna Shaw, Carrie Chapman, Anna Diggs, and Laura Johns. And whereas the nephew of Miss Anthony, Daniel R. Anthony, voted for the 19th Amendment as a Kansas congressman, and in 1923 introduced the Equal Rights Amendment in Congress. Now therefore, I, Nancy Bowder, Mayor of the City of Leavenworth, hereby proclaim February 15, 2026 as Susan B. Anthony Day in Leavenworth. Be official. I think somebody's going to take a picture. Oh, we got it.
Terry Lowe's asked me to take a picture.
Okay, say a few words.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Mayor. As president of the Leavenworth County Historical Society, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation to the Leavenworth City Commissioners for continuing the tradition of the Susan B. Anthony Day Proclamation in Leavenworth. That occurs on Sunday, February 15th this year. In marking the 7th proclamation by the city, it's essential to recall that this particular day, as well as our unique history here in the First City, especially during America's 250th celebration. Leavenworth and Kansas are significant contributors to our national history as a launch pad for Western expansion. The Historical Society is dedicated to fostering our local connection to national history through heritage tourism. The Society offers much information about the Susan B. Anthony and local history at the Carroll Mansion Museum, and soon to be open this year, the long-sought-after Research Center will be located downtown Leavenworth on Cherokee Street. Meanwhile, take a personal tour of our Spirit of the Buffalo Community Arts and History Project, featuring 20 buffalo sculptures around the county. Also, watch for information about the Buffalo Bill Wild West and Military History Festival scheduled for June 27th along the riverfront, a community-wide event partially funded by the City Bed Tax Grant. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, first item, old business. Consideration of previous meeting minutes.
Make a motion, we approve previous minutes from January 27, 2026, regular meeting.
I'll second.
Has it been moved and seconded? Please begin voting with Commissioner Wilson.
Aye.
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 Next item on the agenda, second consideration ordinance number 8276 for special use permit to allow home daycare at 1922 Fifth Avenue.
Good evening. This was recommended for approval by the Planning Commission. We have received no additional comments since first consideration and have no other items to share.
Okay. Any questions, concerns? If not, this is a roll call vote. So please begin voting with your name and,
We'll make a motion first? No, we
no,
don't.
roll call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maxwell, aye.
Hollister, aye.
Bowder, aye.
Pittman, aye.
Wilson, aye.
Great, that passed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, public comment. We have people, okay?
We do.
Public comment is limited to 3 minutes per speaker. In the interest of time, we ask that groups wishing to speak limit their public comments to 1 per presenter. This is an opportunity for the City Commission to hear the thoughts of the public prior to conducting official city business. The mayor, city commission, and city staff have been asked not to respond to those giving public comment, and action may not be taken by the commission on public comment items. The mayor may direct staff to follow up with specific individuals after the meeting. When speaking, please state your name and address, okay?
All right, first up is Suzanne Severs.
Good evening.
Hi, my name is Suzanne Severs. I live at 86 6th Infantry Road on Fort Leavenworth. Thank you for your time and your service to this community. I am here speaking to you today to ask you to please vote no on February 24th to the special use permit application by Core Civic. I am an ER nurse, a military spouse, and a community member. I was present at the Planning Commission meeting and disagree strongly with the 5-1 decision to approve the permit for Core Civic to reopen its facility. Focusing on the golden factors, I have 2 main concerns. I will address the first of which tonight and the second in 2 weeks. Number 1, with regard to public health and safety, or Factor 6, there has been an oversight in the discussion regarding our community's ability to handle an influx of over 1,000 people, especially detainees that have been brutalized by ICE during their arrest, and any public outcry that may result in crowd control measures such as pepper spray, non-lethal bullets, and physical altercations. When Core Civic was open before, there were 2 hospitals available in Leavenworth for the vast majority of its years in operation as a detention facility. Due to the nature of ICE arrests and the fact that tensions are escalating nationwide regarding the handling of immigration enforcement, I am very concerned about the ability of the single hospital in the immediate area to appropriately handle the influx of hospitalizations of the people in detention, as well as from potential protests and opposition. While the Planning Commission like to remind people that this isn't about ICE, and Mr. Waters seemingly to be advocating for CoreCivic rather than the community of Leavenworth, noted that this decision may affect CoreCivic for, quote, 15 years down the road. The reality is the permit is being recommended for 3 years. This covers the remainder of the current federal administration and cannot be separated from the violence we are seeing from ICE, Border Control in Kansas City, Minneapolis, California, Maine, and beyond. That is the contract. I find it disgraceful that the city staff are pretending that the ICE contract won't have an impact on the human beings housed in the facilities. I do not think that CoreCivic will prioritize the community of Leavenworth over ICE demands when it's reported by Fortune that they will receive $4.2 million a month from federal government if it opens. In fact, CoreCivic has already demonstrated they do not prioritize the Leavenworth community with their egregious attempts to circumvent the permit process and tie up much of the county in ongoing litigation disputes. Furthermore, the reports of mistreatment of detainees by CoreCivic cannot be ignored. Will medical services be appropriate and timely? This was a huge concern when in operation before, and many of the complaints, including the horrific IG report from 2017, were at a time when there was a second hospital. How much of the influx of patients from the facility and protests will take away from community members that seek care? There is only one emergency room here in Leavenworth other than the VA. Are the staff prepared to care for patients that are malnourished, as seen in the CoreCivic facility in California, shot with care delayed, if not outright prevented, as we all saw on camera in Minneapolis? Is the community ready to receive notes thrown over the fences that are from detainees? Are you ready to be culpable on record in the detention of human beings in a, quote, hellhole that is simply be rebranded and paid off? We know that this is an ICE facility, and according to Judge Jerry Blackwell in Minneapolis, we know that ICE's strategy is to detain first and find authority later. Leavenworth will bear the structural and moral consequences of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Aiden Murphy.
How's it going?
Hello.
Hello.
I just want to, can I start?
Yes, sir.
State your name, where you live.
Your name and your
Aiden
address.
Murphy, I live 2510 South 22nd Terrace. I just wanted to give a little history. I'm a German-American citizen. So when I was very young, my mom taught me a lot about World War II and the horrifics of it. And this is not the America I thought I was going to grow up in. I was promised a diverse, a prosperous country, and this is so far from it. I wish you guys could understand where we're coming from here. Excuse me. And it's just hard for me because all this stuff that's going on, it's very hard. And I don't see how we can accept what's going on here, especially after we saw what happened in Minnesota and all the horrific actions that took place there. Do we really want to take this to our town? It's just horrific, and it's scary. And I fear for my neighbors. I fear for my family. And I really can't just sit by and watch as this happens. Honestly, this is a scary time for everybody, and I just want to make sure that you guys have our back in this at all. So I don't see how bringing in this terroristic force to like harm our neighbors that do bring in revenue, do support our community, is any good for us. And that's all I really wanted to say.
Thank you, sir.
Jeff Gardner.
Jeff Gardner, 901 Pottawatomie, here in Leavenworth. Please vote no on CoreCivic. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Constance Forge.
Forgy. Forky.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
John Wyman.
Good evening, Mayor Bowder, Commissioners. My name is John Wyman. I live at 801 Osage, and I also pastor First City Fellowship here in town. And we are going to hold our third job fair since October 23rd on Wednesday, March 4th from 10 to 2 down at the Heritage Center. And I wanted to invite each one. I know you got, like, literally have day jobs, but for those of you available, love to come down. I know Commissioner Pittman, you were able to join us last time, and we really enjoyed having you down there. And I think you enjoyed ringing the opportunity bell with us at least once, so it's pretty awesome. We do our job fairs a little differently. We partner with a nonprofit out of Florida called Better Together. And Better Together has several different arms. They have Better Together Families, which actually started as a Christian alternative to foster care. And what they realized fairly quickly was that about 2/3 to 3/4 of families who were vulnerable to children entering into the foster system was due to income instability and job instability. So we do it a little differently. It's not a traditional job fair. Traditionally, you go into a job fair, you do some applications, you put some resume out, maybe you get a call, maybe you don't. We actually specifically target towards companies that are invested in our community. We specifically ask them to send a representative who has the authority to issue a conditional job offer on the spot or to schedule a second interview. About half of our job seekers experience that when they come. We look for second chance friendly. Not all of our employers can do that, but we do have second chance friendly opportunities. We also offer job coaches. So what happens is a job seeker will come in, they'll register with us, we'll link them up with a job coach, we'll take them over to what we call the opportunity board. Every one of our employers and community resource partners has a flyer up there. Why do you want to work for us and what job opportunities are open? And the job coach will take the job seeker out to each of the employers that they want to look at and link them up. We encourage on-the-spot interviews. We actually have a separate room for folks who have maybe a personal item they have to talk about. We don't do it out in the open. We also bring in community resource partners. We're kind of excited this year. Excuse me. We're actually bringing in Apex Technical Institute, which both has warehousing and CDL licensing. So we're trying to come out to that as well. And then when there is a job offer or a second interview, we actually invite the employer and the job seeker to come out and ring the opportunity bell to announce it to everybody. So anyway, I want to invite you out, come out on Wednesday, March 4th at the Heritage Center, and look forward to seeing you.
What time is it again?
10 to 2.
10 to 2.
Yep.
Thank you.
Cam Robles?
Cameron Robles, 11121 Winchester Ave.
Okay.
I was here a couple months ago, back in December. Last time I was here, I started by being thankful of your all's fight against Core Civic and their lawsuit, and how you all previously shut them down. And while I'm still thankful for that previous work, I'm back with a much different tone. And obviously, we're much hotter temperatures and higher stakes if you see what's going on outside. And yeah. You know, we all have heard it before, Core Civic, they've proven they cannot be a trusted business partner. You know, they try to sue their way into this. They've proven in multiple other cases in other states, they don't follow the law, they lie, they commit horrid human rights abuses, and you all already know this, though. I guess, just morally, getting past Core Civic, getting into the ICE conversation, allowing an ICE concentration camp in any of our communities at this point would be an affront against all of your constituents, an attack on the rights of every American here and in their surrounding cities, and an unfortunate display of greed over morality. You all have a make or break moment coming up. Do you want to be known as the commission that worked with the highly treasonous and illegal pedophilic Trump regime through Core Civic? Because that will be the connection that is made. Or do you want to be known as a city that fought back, that fought for its people against tyranny? Please do the right thing and vote against the SUP. And, well, if you don't, you know, we'll keep coming back and express ourselves. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, sir.
William Rogers?
William Rogers, 73rd Yecker. First off, I want to thank the commission and mayor. And I want to say that thank you to the police department up here in Leavenworth. I can tell you that I've been to different events all over now, and this police department up here, and I mean this, is second to none. And so Chief Kitchens and the others, the regular officers, the guys are great, so thank you to them. But when we talk about the SUP, I've read it, I was here the other night, and I will tell you, I don't know what the ultimate goal is of the city, but I can tell you that the two things that you need to be focused on is oversight and transparency. That SUP provides none of that. Can you do that? You guys, as a 5, have an opportunity to be the first in the country to make this happen. You just have to, first off, every one of you should read the 2017 Department of Justice audit on that facility. That will give you insight onto what the Department of Justice recommended, right? So this is coming from them. Oversight, how do you do that? First off, I don't want it to open. But second, if you do have to open it, how do you do that? Well, the city of Leavenworth needs to hire and fire an individual that's paid by Core Civic, so it's no expense to you. What will that individual do? He'll work and he'll report to you solely, but he'll have access to that facility 24/7. Core Civic is notorious, trust me, as a 5-year officer, and I've researched for the last year and a half, I've read audits, I've talked to people across the country. Core Civic comes in here and tells you they want transparency. They don't, trust me on that. And you're not going, once you approve an SUP, if you don't have that oversight monitor working for you guys, you're not going to get that information. You're not going to know how many assaults on staff they've had, how many inmate on inmate, how many sick calls, how many inmates have been out, how many inmates have died. It's going to be very, very difficult for you to get those very numbers that you need. Second, you guys need to set something up with those detainees when they come in. This has been a problem across the country. Within the first 4 hours, they're allotted a free 10-minute phone call to call their loved one and let them know where they're at. And by that, Core Civic then needs to provide them information to tell them, their family, where they're at, right? You're at the Core Civic, this is how you reach us, this is how you get money on my books. Because detainees are going into these ICE detention centers and not being allowed to call. They don't have any money on their books. How are they going to call? How's anybody going to find out they're there? So that 10-minute phone call, free, needs to happen within the first 4 hours. But again, you guys can make this happen. And Core Civic is going to tell you, no, we can't have that individual. We can't have somebody from the city. They can go through the same background check as their employees are required to, absolutely. And they can even go through the 6-week training that Core Civic has, right? You can put them through all that, but they answer to you. You guys hire, you fire, you get the information. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
Ellen Johnson.
Go ahead. Can I have your name and address, please?
My name is Ellen Johnson. I'm afraid to give out my address because I know what's really going on. My family was in ICE custody.
Are you a resident of the city of Leavenworth?
No, I had family in ICE custody for 11 months. They were asylum seekers. They announced themselves at a port of entry. They were immediately arrested and detained. We fought as hard as we could. But eventually they were repatriated to an active war zone to die. That is illegal. It is illegal because it is a violation of international law, and it is also a violation of United States law. It is a violation of the United Nations 1967 Protocol on the Status of Refugees, Article 33, non-refoulement. Because this treaty was ratified, it is the supreme law of the land. This is illegal no matter which way you cut it. And the reason it is illegal is because it is murder. It is the exact same thing as if I shoved you in front of a truck to send someone in shackles to stand under bombs and die. Now, mind you, my family is highly educated and they are highly sought after, and they had immigration interviews in another country, but the United States refused to allow them to go there. So this is illegal in so many ways. They were held in 23-hour lockdown for 11 months. They were served food with maggots in it. The meat stank so bad nobody could eat it. And if you didn't have money, you had to mop floors for a couple bucks a day just to buy food to eat. And that is slavery. And slavery is only legal in the United States as punishment for a crime. And my family committed no crime. Furthermore, under the United Nations Mandela rules, the Office of the High Commissioner has determined that this much lockdown is in fact torture. So if it shocks you or makes you think, oh no, that date's not real, no, it's okay, this is America, land of the free and the brave. Look, we didn't sign the Rome Statutes for a reason, because we like to break those laws, and we have been relatively untouchable this whole time, because it requires a referral from the Security Council, and we sit on the Security Council to see someone prosecuted under the Rome Statutes, but Trump made a little mistake. And he has caused himself to be an existential threat to the International Criminal Court by issuing sanctions, then begging for immunity, and then threatening more sanctions. Believe me, I called The Hague, and you would be surprised at the kind of information they want. So, what do? I'm going to tell you something right now. We can do something about this. We put teeth into the special use permit. Listen to me, listen to Bill, he knows what he's talking about. If they violate any of those terms, that permit needs to be revoked immediately. It doesn't matter if you're required to do this by law. The United Nations International Criminal Court finds that crimes against humanity and crimes of genocide, which this is, are prosecutable anyways. They are manifestly criminal. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Okay. No other, thank you. The next item on the agenda, mayor's appointments. I move to appoint to the Grow Leavenworth County Development Corporation Board Philip Parsons to terms ending May 31, 2028. This requires a second.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting with Commissioner Maxwell.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, consider award of bid for 2026 pavement management project, microsurfacing program. Pavement management.
Well, it might be hard to see, this was included in your packet.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Commissioners. This item this evening is to consider the bids received for a possible award of our microsurfacing and crack sealing component of our pavement management program. Microsurfacing is a surface seal. Surface seals help extend the life of our streets by preserving pavements that are in fair to good condition. Applying a surface seal at the appropriate time, and what we'd like to say is keeping the good roads good, is significantly less expensive than waiting until the pavement degrades further, and the mill and overlay or reconstruction is required. The components of the 26 program, there's 3 components this year. One is the surface seal, which is microsurfacing. The other will be a mill and overlay, and we're also trying to do between 2 and 3 concrete intersections. We have some intersections that are in pretty bad shape, so 3 components this year. The microsurfacing and crack seal for 26 include the streets highlighted in your packet and up on the board. We did a base bid, and then we bid a bunch of alternatives to make sure we used all the money. Project plans were prepared by staff, and it was advertised in the Leavenworth Times and in our UNAT procurement process. Like several of our surface preservation processes, microsurfacing has a limited number of contractors that actually do the work. We did receive 1 bid, and that was from Vance Brothers. Vance has done our granite seal and microsurfacing in the past, and they've done an excellent job, and they've met our specifications and timeframes. Their bid for 2026 was $528,622.11, and that's roughly $108,000 over what the under what the engineer's estimate was. The project has an early start date of May 26th and a late start date of June 30th. That's something different this year. In the past, we haven't put a late start date, and we tend to get bumped to the end of the year, so November, October timeframe. We put a late start date on there in June because we'd like this done this summer.
Okay.
The project was bid with a set of additional streets to our ordinance. They can be added with no change in our unit price. Staff did make some assumptions when we look at a road of how much base patching is needed before we do the surface seal. We usually overestimate that, and that's included in that $528,000. And so if we come in under that, we definitely would like the ability to add additional streets that were in our alternates. So, staff does recommend the City Commission award the 2026 pavement management component of microsurfacing to Vance Brothers for $528,622.11, and authorize the Public Works Director to add additional streets as funding permits with the approval of the city manager. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Are there any questions of Mr. Faust?
I've just got two. The first one is, I'm assuming people are gonna be like notified if there's gonna be a temporary closure.
Correct.
Like in the area.
What we do is our contractor will come in about 48 hours ahead of time. And a lot of these streets, people park on the streets. And so they'll post signs along the streets. If for some reason they don't move the vehicle at that time, we actually will have a towing company move it around the corner. The
Okay.
city does pay that cost.
Okay, gotcha. And then my only other question is, and this is just because I'm new, but the pavement is like 2 million, and so this is like a fourth of that. So like, are there kind of batches that we do improvements in throughout the
Yeah, this is that again goes back to those three components. We try to limit the surface silt around 500,000. The mill and overlay will be about 1.5 million.
Oh, okay.
And then
I
in
gotcha.
this year's budget, we have 2.2 million. And so roughly 200,000 for intersection work.
Oh, okay. I got confused by the one bid. I was like, well, we got a lot left, but I get it now.
So within the next month, you'll see the mill and overlay come before
Okay.
you, and then after that will be the intersection.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Good, okay, good questions. Any other questions?
Why, do you have any idea why there was only one person that bid on the project?
There's very few people that do this. And so we did, we published it in the paper and then on our website, the unit procurement process, which actually can go out nationwide. And typically on this, and I worked for Topeka before this, you get one bidder.
Okay.
It's kind of a regional thing.
Specialist, yeah.
So,
Okay.
Vance kind of does all this kind of work around the metro. This is kind of the company that does it.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I will move that we award the 2026 pavement management, microsurfacing, and crack sealing program to Vance Brothers for $528,622.11, and authorize the Public Works Director to add additional streets as funding permits with the approval of the city manager.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting. Commissioner Wilson?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
5-1, thank you very much. All right, fast agenda. The next item is a consent agenda.
Claims for January 23, 2026 through February 5, 2026 in the amount of $2,658,086.75. Net amount for payroll number 2, effective January 23, 2026, in the amount of $436,361.39. It includes police and fire pension in the amount of $7,966.80.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting.
Aye.
Commissioner
Aye.
Maxwell? Aye.
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 All right. Okay, so that concludes our agenda for the evening. I'd like to go around the table here. Mr. Peterson, what do you have tonight?
I don't think I have anything tonight unless there's questions. So.
Any questions of Scott, please?
Can you give a hotel update?
Oh, yes. Well, maybe Sarah's got a better update on that, but they've been issued you're talking about Home 260.
Yes, sorry. Yes.
They've been issued a temporary occupancy or whatever the business. Lodging establishment license. They made one payment to get up to speed and then they paid for the month of January.
Okay.
As long as they continue paying, they will be allowed to operate. If they don't, then we'll pull the license again, and this time, if it happens again this time, we will close them.
Okay.
They've been warned, but as of now, they appear to be getting up to speed.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything, sir?
No, I don't have anything.
I just want to say thank you to all the police and thank you to everyone who's been coming out and expressing their opinion peacefully. It's hard because there's so many things you want to say, but we just we're gonna keep listening, and I think that's really important. So just everybody, please stay safe.
Thank you. Dave, do you have anything, Joe?
I don't have anything.
Okay. I just wanted to say a few words about a former commissioner and mayor who recently passed away, Larry Dedeke. When I came on the commission, he was mayor just before I was. And I think it was like he had been on the commission, he just recently passed away. He served from April 1995 through July 1996, then served again from 2001 to 2019. And he served during that time, he served as mayor in 2002, in 2007, in 2010, 2012, and 2016. He served 5 times as mayor. And his son is our sheriff of Leavenworth County. Larry was a good man. He made good decisions, and he was a great mentor to me. And I appreciated his experience on the commission. He really helped me a lot when I came in. And anyway, I just want to say a prayer for his family and his friends. Thank you.
Do we know when the funeral is?
The visitation is tomorrow and the funeral is the following day.
Yes.
I didn't
Are
write
we
that
sending
down.
flowers?
We can, yes.
Could we send flowers from the
Yes.
city? I think that would be appropriate in this case. That would be good. Yeah, thank you.
Don't
Other
forget
than that,
Trevor.
I also appreciate the people who come in and speak. And we get different points of view all the time, and we have a hard decision to make. But in the next few weeks, we'll be gathering more information. We'll be making those decisions. So thank you all for your patience too. Anything else? If not, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded.
It's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting, sir.
Aye.
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 We are adjourned. Thank you.